All right, we ready? What is step 1 that you just wrote down? Remind me again of what it said to do. Solve something.
Solve one of the equations for one of its variables.
Solve one of the equations for one of its variables. So here's my first equation. Here's my second equation. We know they're a system because it's got this little bracket right here going on. Okay? So equation 1 or equation 2. And we want one of them to be solved for one of the variables. Did it already give me that?
Yes.
Yes. So step 1's already done for me. Which equation is already solved for a variable?
The second one.
The second one. So this equation right here is already solved for x. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
So I don't need to do more work and solve another equation for a variable. They've already done the work for me. Why not go with it? Okay? Does that make sense? Now, what's step 2 say?
Substitute the expression for the variable found in step 1 to the other equation.
Okay, so this is my step 1. This is where I've got it solved for x. Everybody agree with that? Step 2 says to take that and to substitute that expression for the variable into the other equation. So which variable is this one solved for? Solved for x. What does it tell me x equals?
Y plus 2.
Y plus 2. So guess what I do with this y plus 2?
You put it where x is.
I take this y plus 2 and I find x in my other equation. And then I'm going to replace that x with the entire expression y plus 2. So now what is that going to look like when I get ready to write it? Sir?
Y plus 2 plus y equals 10.
Okay, well, this is a 2 right here, right? What does that mean, 2x, just side by side?
Multiplying.
No.
You're multiplying.
I'm multiplying 2 times whatever x is. So my 2 doesn't go away. So 2, okay? But then, what am I going to replace x with? Y plus 2, that whole thing. How am I going to show that that whole thing goes in for y or for x?
Parentheses.
Emma, put it in parentheses. So I got to put in parentheses my y plus 2. Now, is that the only thing that changes? Yeah, because that's the only thing I'm replacing. Everybody agree? So I'm going to keep my plus y, and I'm going to keep my 10s. Now, the whole point of that, and why we do that, is that we can't solve an equation that's got 2 unknowns. But we can solve an equation that only has 1 unknown, right? That's why on some of your homeworks the other day when we were practicing graphing, I also threw in practicing solving equations because I knew this was coming. Okay? So, can I solve this equation for y?
Yes.
Yeah, I can. What do I need? So, step 3 says to solve the equation from step 2 to find that value. So now here's my step 2. Everybody agree with this?
Yeah.
This is my step 2. I've substituted in. This is my step 2. Okay? I substituted in. I found what I needed. Now step 3 says to solve it. We should know how to solve this. Does everybody agree with that? What should I do first to solve this problem? Distribute. So I'm going to go 2 times y, which is 2y. Then I'm going to go 2 times 2, which is positive 4. And then everything else is going to stay plus y is equal to 10. So far, so good? What should I do now to continue to solve this? Preston? Combine like terms. So what do I got to like terms? Okay, so it's going to give me what? 3y plus 4 equals 10. Then what do you want to do? Subtract 4. 3y is now going to be equal to 6. I'm going to divide by 3, and all of a sudden I have y equals, I have y equals what, 2? So everybody agree with that? So y equals 2. So far so good? This y equals 2, that's step 3. That's where I solved for my variable. And I got an answer for y. Now, Charlie, tell me what step 4 says.
Substitute value found in step 3 in any equation containing both variables from the value of
Okay, so substitute the answer that I found in step 3, so that's y equals 2, into any equation that has both variables. So that's probably going to be this one or this one, right? Which does it make more sense to substitute y into? The top one or the bottom one?
The bottom.
The bottom one. Why does it make more sense to substitute y into the bottom one?
It's simple.
Well, because it's already solved for x. So if I take my y equals 2 and I put it right here, I'm just going to already have x is equal to y plus 2. And I'm going to replace that y with a 2, and I'm going to get 2 plus 2. Everybody agree? If I went up here, I would still get a 2 right here, but then I would have to subtract it from both sides and divide. Can I do that? Sure I can. Okay, so does it matter where I put it? No. But you want to kind of think in your head, which one's going to cause me less work? Okay, so if I put that right here, that's going to become x is equal to 2 plus 2. Do y'all agree with that? And so x is equal to 2 plus 2 is going to get me x is equal to 4. Now, just out of curiosity, I will show you that it will work on the other side, or the other one. Okay? So if I used, what's wrong with my markers? Oh, I know. People who use them don't know how to put lids back on them. Okay. So if I had 2x plus y is equal to 10, and I replaced my y with a 2, I would get 2x plus 2 is equal to 10. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
I would subtract 2 from both sides. I would get 2x is equal to 8. I would divide by 2, and x would still get me 4. Does everybody see how that's going to work? So does it matter which one you put it in? Does it matter?
No.
No. Okay? Doesn't matter at all. Now, what does step 5 say? So who's got it? Step 5. All right, tell me what step 5 says.
Check the proposed solution in the original system, maybe?
Okay? Now, well, that tells me that I've got to have an answer. How do I write my solution? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure we know that this is step 4. All right, how do I write a solution? Because I need a solution. Emma? As an ordered pair. So how is an ordered pair written? X comma y. Agree? So my solution in this case is, what is my x? 4. What is my y?
2.
4 comma 2. That's my solution. Now, step 5 says to check it. Well, how can you check it? Sir?
Substituting.
Okay. I can substitute my 4 and my 2 into both equations. If it works for both of them, it's a solution. Okay, so in theory, I could go, okay, 2 times 4 plus 2 should equal 10. Well, it's going to get me 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. That works, right? And then I should be able to go, okay, well, 4 should be equal to 2 plus 2. Does that work? Yes. So because it works for both of them, it's a solution. The other way to check it is to graph these two equations and see if it crosses at 4, 2. Okay? But, I mean, he wants to go to all that trouble. Right? Unless we have to. Fair enough? Makes sense? Yes, or maybe?
Yep.
Yes? No? Maybe. Okay. I want you to take a quick